and welcome to another episode of Roettgen Braai Master. Today we're making Kikok-chicken from the rotisserie with a quinoa asparagus risotto. And what you need for it and how to do it, I'm going to show you in this episode. And this is what we need for today's dish. We need 2 Kikok-chicken, we need garlic, we need thyme, we need rosemary, we need some fresh ginger, quinoa, white asparagus, salt, pepper, olive oil, paprika powder, honey and thyme. In the first step we're going to take the garlic and the honey and put the garlic through our little press into the honey. We're going to grate the ginger and add the paprika as well as the olive oil. Alright, the chicken base is now done and we're now going to set it aside before we baste the chicken with it. In the next step we're going to peel the white asparagus. It's important that you start at the head and you just follow all the way through. And then in the end you're also going to cut off the woody part of the stem at the bottom. In the next step we're going to take this end piece off because it is giving out a rather bitter taste when you cook the chicken with it. And then we're going to stuff it with the rosemary and the thyme. I've gotten some more in the meantime, and we're using a salt and pepper half and half mix on the inside. And then in the end we're going to truss it. For the asparagus-quinoa-risotto, we're going to cut off the top about like this, just to keep it as a nice eyepiece, and then we're going to cut the stems into smaller chunks so that it fits nicely with the quinoa. I'm now going to cut up all the pieces just like that and set it aside. For the quinoa, we're going to bring the vegetable broth up to a boil, then we're going to insert the quinoa and bring it back up to a boil, and then we're going to cook it at low heat for about 10 to 15 minutes. 10 minutes if you like a bit more bite to it, and 15 minutes if you like it a bit softer. In the meantime we're taking care of the asparagus, which means we're going to heat up a little bit of butter and olive oil in a pan. And then we're going to fry the asparagus pieces in it. And we give it a quick stir for about 5 minutes. A couple of minutes in, this is how the asparagus looks like right now. We're going to season it a little bit with salt and pepper. And obviously if you want you can add some chili to it or any other spices that you like. Now we're not going to do that today because our kids will be eating with us, but obviously that's really up to you. Also we're not going to cook it all the way through because we're still going to cook it together with the quinoa. So we want for the asparagus to have a little bit of bite left. And I think that looks awesome, and now we're going to set it aside and now we're going to cook the tips of the asparagus. Alright, about 5 minutes later the asparagus tips are ready as well. We're now going to season them quickly with some salt and pepper as well, and then we're going to set them aside. Right, I've already put the chicken on the rotisserie. I have a drip pan on the bottom and the back burner is going at full. We're now going to baste the chicken, but we don't want to go higher than 150 degrees because of the now the dog is barking, fantastic, but we don't want to go more than 150 degrees simply because we don't want the honey glaze to burn, so you just have to monitor it a little bit. Also very important, you want it to turn away from the back burner so that the fat that got loosened up over here drips alongside the chicken, so it basically bastes itself. And also we've added some water in the drip pan just to make sure that we have some moisture in the cooking chamber. So we're going to let this in here now for roughly an hour, hour and 15, but we're obviously going to double check on the chicken skin every once in a while. About 40 minutes in, we're going to give it a little baste, but doesn't that look already awesome? The asparagus is now ready to eat, and we're now going to add the quinoa to it and let that simmer for a little while until we're ready to eat. Alright, exactly an hour and 15 minutes later and we're done, and doesn't that look awesome? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take it off, take it inside, cut it up, and then I'll see you in the kitchen again. Alright, all ingredients are ready, let's plate up. We're going to start off with the chicken and take one of those juicy chicken breasts, and look at that, doesn't that look awesome? And then some of the quinoa asparagus risotto. And this is actually the sauce that we captured from the chicken. So I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And some greens over it to round it all up. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. I'm going to do one close-up in a second and then we're going to eat. Alright, and there we have it guys, our Kikok-chicken from the rotisserie with a quinoa asparagus risotto. I think it looks absolutely delicious and we're going to eat now. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video about the Kikok-chicken. I think it's an awesome chicken to make, and obviously it's super easy on the rotisserie. Now if you enjoyed the video, please head over to the comment and you know, the thumbs up button. And obviously please hit that subscribe button for more great videos to come, and I hope to see you soon again at Roettgen Braai Master.